Hello everyone, how are we doing? I see we've got some people in the chat already. Let's see who's here. We've got a Theosaurus with some pink on her hands. We've got Black Rose. Hello Black Rose, how are you? Oh, so good to see you both. And we've got Jan. Hi Jan. April. Hello April. Nice to see you all. Oh, everyone's talking about all the good weather. And we've got Roseanne as well. Hey Roseanne. A bit quiet today. Ooh, interesting. Right, let me just, I've had to sort of fiddle about with my audio a wee bit, but I can maybe turn this up. Hang on. Ah, my eyes are getting blinded. Okay. Is that a bit better? I look gorgeous, so thanks. I've got so much makeup on, it is untrue. Under here lies a very tired face. Yeah, the weather is absolutely gorgeous here. It is 18 degrees outside. I've just been outside. It was very nice indeed. It must be Spring Gems in a shirt, yeah. It is warm here today. It is warm. No woolly jumpers today, that's for sure. Just a bit tired. Yeah, the same as you like usual disclaimers. Knackered, running about, hair. I really need a haircut. Like it's just hanging now because it needs cut. So I'm just kind of letting it do its own thing. Although I'm pretty purple, so yep, the purple's doing good. Can't complain about that. Other than that, I'm looking into settling into some Lego building. I have brought my glasses through. This is the first time I've built Lego since I have gotten my glasses. I don't know whether I'm going to need them or not. It depends on the size of the bits and bobs. But I think last time when I built little Julian, the instructions for that were tiny. So the glasses were helpful. So I brought them through anyway, just in case. Other than that, usual Jock's asleep down here. And yeah, so I've set up the third camera to give you like a kind of sidey view. If I just show you here, hopefully this will work. So I've had to fiddle about with things. When OBS updates, it seems to like reset everything for some reason. So you can see I've got this camera here, and I thought just for like the buildy parts, it would be better to have like that kind of view. I can't remember. Yeah, there you go. So I can put that on full screen as well. So I've set that up to just give you some different angles just for the buildy part. And obviously I've got the top down camera so that you can see what's going on with that. So yeah, I'm semi-organised, but I'm glad that everyone seems to be tired. It seems to be a thing this week. I'm glad it's Friday, right? Not that the days of the week make much difference just now. So yeah, calves everywhere. I am on De Beer. I've got some Peroni this evening, just the little diddy cans. I do also have a full sugar bottle of Iron Brew 1901, which I might drink later on. I don't think drinking a lot of beer is a good thing at this point because I might fall asleep. So we'll see how we go. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. So obviously, we are building the French cafe this evening, and this is from the Restaurants of the World series. This is the only one that I've seen. I don't even know what other ones there are, to be perfectly honest. I just got this because it was pretty. Like that was the sole parameter. It's only 1,100 pieces. In the grand scheme of things, that's like a middle-sized set. So I don't think it's going to take that long, she says confidently. But if we remember what happened the last time about Lego, we ended up on like a marathon. So we'll see how it goes. But when the piece is finished, that is when the stream shall be finishing. Because I would really like some pajamas and pizza and maybe even a snooze on the couch this evening at some point. We shall see how it goes. April's not tired. Just got off an urgent file at work and took today off. Fair dues, that is fair. I had quite an interesting day at work today. This week I have mostly been learning about buffalo. In the 12 years that I have been doing my job, I have never had to deal with a milking buffalo herd. And needless to say, my degree's in applied animal science, so I do know animal sciencey things. I don't know much about pregnancy hormone levels in buffalo milk, so I've done a bit of learning this week in order to help with a customer. So I've actually had quite an interesting week at like my proper job as well, so it's quite cool. So yeah, that's about it really. Other than that, we've got calves popping out everywhere, the usual. Mr. Jem's running about chasing his tail. Yeah, that's about it. First cows went out to the fields today for their summer grazing. So there is grass there, but our grass isn't like growing properly yet because the weather's so unpredictable. It was only 3 nights ago where it was -degrees, and I woke up in the morning and it was frosty outside, and as I say, today it's like 18 plus 18 degrees. So yeah, there's that. I want to know what Canadian restaurant Lego would pick. A poutine stand, maybe. Is there a significant difference between cows and buffalo? In some respects, yes, and others not so much. I mean, they are kind of cow-shaped anyway. But in terms of disease testing, which is what I primarily work in, it's similar. If it's not exactly the same, it's quite close, so. One has beards. Oh, funny. So yeah, all fun and games till someone loses an eye. So let's get this unpacked and see what is what. I'm going to try not to bump things off the table too much, and like I did last time, when the Lego's loose, I've got my little trays here. I will do that slightly off to the side so it doesn't deafen you all, because I know it's quite a sharp noise and this microphone is quite sensitive, teamed with the fact that I've been messing about with the audio settings. I don't want all your ears bleeding, so that I'm sure that would be quite pleasant for all of you. Oh goodness me. I think what I'll do as well is I'll probably prop the box up in front of me just so that I can see the finished image. Oh, my bad. I do try and be careful when I'm unboxing these because I do keep the boxes. Lego sets in general hold their value much better if they are boxed, you know, for selling on a second-hand market. So I do try and keep the boxes in reasonable shape. Oh, this is one of the newer ones because we're in paper bags now, we're not in plastic bags. Oh, hello. So let's try and put these in order. So 6, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, totally taking on putting the bits in trays now instead of hoping they don't fall on the floor. Yeah. Oh, 8. Okay, we don't need that too. I can pop that one over there. All sorts in here. Here's another one of these flat pieces. Okay. Hey, Patty, how's it going? Good lord. Is that one or 6? 1. So that's the first bag there. And we've got 7 and 9 to go over there. Righty McCoho. And here is our manual. This is a lot thicker than I thought it was going to be. That concerns me slightly. Honestly, much as I love building Lego and much as I love hanging out with you guys, I do not want to be sitting here at 11 o'clock tonight still building Lego. But we will see. Right, can I put that there? Is it going to interfere with that camera? The answer is no, so that's good. Right, excellent. I've got 2 flat board pieces here, which is obviously the base for it. So I'll just put them off to this side. Thunderbird Turbo. How many steps have we got? 290. Oh my goodness. Right, I don't think, genuinely, I don't think we're going to get this finished tonight, but we'll give it a good go anyway. I can skip all this bump at the start as well. I do like these wee introductory pages, but we're like, we mean business. We mean business. Okay, so we need a board for the first page. That's good. I think I might need some extra light as well. That's not very bright, that one. That's a bit better. Yeah, okay, that'll do. A second live or even a finish up video. It's a tome. It is quite a thick manual. Anyway, we will see. We will get on fine. It'll be okay. It's not like I haven't done this before. So I've got my little Swedish tray. It's always time for Swedish fika, which is coffee and cake time, or a break where you chat with your friends, but there's always beverages and food involved. It's usually coffee. Swedes are big coffee drinkers. Oh, so right, we've got a little bag, so that's got the little pieces in, and then we've got this is a lot of little pieces. Make sure we're empty. I think I'm going to move these behind me. Like so. And then that means I can put that there, which is far enough away from the microphone, hopefully. That's not going to cause any problems. This is why I don't do Lego. I would die having to go through that. Oh, that's funny. So this little bag here, I'm just going to tip out onto this. This is actually a biodegradable plate of all things. I use these at harvest time. See, when I'm feeding the clan, and I've got a lot of mouths to feed. I like to cook proper food. Like sometimes we get takeaway and stuff, but I like to be able to give the staff a plate and cutlery. So there's knives and forks that come with this as well, and they're made out of bamboo. And you can recycle them, but also if you put them in landfill, they'll degrade anyway. So, big fan, and they just happen to be really good for Lego pieces. So, you know. Right, I think we'll go on to manual focus as well. That's probably a better idea. Oh, lots of bitty bits. Oh my. Right, okay. Let's get started then. I'll spread this stuff out as well so that I can see everything. And I think we'll be pretty much good to go. So we shall make a start. Okay, so I need a 4 and a flat 4 and a 2 to begin with. I'm not seeing any 2s at all in here. Let's see, 4. Is there 2s or flat 2s in here? No. They must be in this one then. Off to a cracking start. Literally can't find what I'm looking for. Well, there's a 4. I do have this fear of like opening Lego packages and the pieces not being in there. And that fear has been activated instantly because genuinely I can't find like the first piece. Oh, there's one there, right in front of me. Okay, good job, well done. Oh, off to a flyer. And then we need. So I'm down here. 2 of these and 2 of the corner pieces. So that's going to go on there like that. I've noticed as well, and I don't know, there's a couple of you in here that do build Lego. See, being left-handed, quite often, see if I start to rush through, I build things back to front, like a mirror image, because I'm not paying attention to the instructions properly and I'm left-handed. So like, it must just be natural to build it the opposite way. Which is a bit strange, but okay. So I need a great big long piece. I'm assuming it's one of these. And that's going to go on the end. Like so. That looks about right. Oh, yeah. I'm wondering if I can kind of figure myself a bit better here. There, you can see everything there, can't you? Yeah. How's our view on this camera now, though? If I switch over to... Which button is it? This one? Nope. That one? Yeah, so you can kind of see there. I think that's probably a bit more appropriate, isn't it? The piece you're looking for is always hiding under the others. Yeah. Jan's saying it'd be worse if you just have one big bag. I quite often buy second-hand sets, you know, from eBay or whatever. And if you've got a nice seller, they might split the bricks into colour groups. But see, when you buy the really big sets, see, having to rake through all of that Lego to find what you're looking for, it is absolute torture. Mr. Jem is a ninja at finding Lego bricks. It's like a sort of hidden talent of his, and I quite often employ him just to like seek out bricks when I'm building those second-hand sets. Because out of the sets that are retired, those are the ones I tend to look for, especially like the kind of rarer ones. So we've got 2 of these, and they're lining up there. And then we've got this one. And then I'm looking for a little grey flat 2. These look like little sort of paving stones that they're going to go with. There we go. First 4 steps done. Bam! And then we need 3 of these. Another grey flat one. I don't know why I have to like commentate. I do this even when I'm not live streaming. I kind of like talk myself through the pieces. And 2 of those. Right, okay. I'm really glad there's no drinking games involved with this tonight. should go a bit more smoothly. You'd sit down and sort them first. That's fine, but see, when you've got a set that's like 5,000 pieces, you don't want to be doing that, trust me. I've just realised I put these on in the wrong order. Get my removey tool on the go. Come on. Oh no, I haven't. I thought I'd made a mistake there. I haven't. I could have done with maybe cutting my nails before I started this as well. My nails are quite long. I did break my thumbnail. I caught it in a gate outside. And I'm actually surprised I haven't broken more at this moment in time, but it'll come. That'll happen. That will be a thing. It's just a matter of time. A Lego assistant, Thea. Yeah, Thea, you can come and sort my Lego bricks out for me if you want. And I need 5 of these, 3, 4. I really like this kind of like muted green colour. It's almost the colour of my living room walls, which is quite nice. And then we need this one. So that's going there. Put that out of the way again. Is that tucking right in here? Mirrored in the other side. I was just checking. Just checking. Hi Kate, we're making the French cafe. If you just give me a wee second, I'll show you the box. Thanks for joining us. Ooh, this is what we're building. It's very cute. Black Rose hasn't built any Lego in a while. Okay, so we need a 4 and a 3. I actually haven't either, but my problem is now I'm kind of out of space because I like to build the really big sets and I don't have space for finished ones now. So I'm either going to have to dismantle some of my bigger sets or build some more shelves. That's kind of the shape of things at the moment. Okay, so that's our base so far. I'm just looking. Not very exciting. A lot of stuff doesn't make sense at this point as well, and I always find that you just have to kind of just like trust the process. So I'm looking for these little weird cornery bits now as well, of which I need 2. They're a bit strange. There's flat ones. There's one. I need one of these. Need a grey one of those, which I thought would be in with the black ones, but no, that would be too sensible. I'm actually losing my marbles already, and we've just started. There, it's there. And then I need a normal grey one and 3 of the little weeny flat ones like this. All good. Okay. Well, we're building like a... I thought we were building like a corner pillar here, but we're not. It's like a fancy bit in the like drainage or something. I'm not even sure. I don't know. Don't know what it is. We're going to find out. Oh, I've caught a piece in my lap. I dropped a bit there, but I've caught it. Love it when that happens. So that way. I don't know if you can hear the bull bellowing in the background as well. He hasn't shut up all week and I'm sick of him. He did wake me up at like 4 o'clock the other morning. No idea what he's bellowing at. Don't know. Do not know the answer. So that's going on there apparently. Oh. Is that right? Yes, that is correct. Excellent. There's loads of wee bitty bits here, isn't there? So I now need 1 of these, 2 of these. See, there's lots more of these like straight parts opposed to the corner parts that I was just using. So I'm on to these straight parts now. I need 3 of those. And 2 of these. That's that one, and then a chunkier. This one. Okay. Building a tower. Oh no, wait a minute. 2. Messed that up. That on top of there first, then another one of these, then this part. So I'm kind of curious as to what this is going to be. So I don't know whether it's like drainage or I'm not lined up properly. Right, so that No, not that one. Come on, Jem. That one on there. Then this. Then this one with my grey thing. Then this one, and then the flat piece on top. That's better. Or maybe it's just like a pattern on the floor. I don't know. I don't know. How am I going to pay for university with all these calves? I don't know. He's just like really unsettled. As I say, he's got like everything he needs. I don't know what the issue is. And we've checked to see, because sometimes just in that paddock there, because it's right behind the house, just over there, but they can see the horses in the fields sometimes. And when they first go in, I think they think the horses are cows, and they kind of like moo at the horses, and then they figure out that they're not cow shaped and they stop. But this is I just don't know what's wrong with him. But I don't know if you can hear the cows calving in the shed. That might be part of it. Who would have thought that Lego window arch elements could work so well as a pavement pattern? So it's a pavement pattern. Okay. Mystery solved. Oh, so we're kind of going another one of these again. 2 of these. Normal grey piece. One black one. 1 of these and another 3 of these. Okay, so we're using arch pieces or pillar pieces to make pavements. That's one of the things I love about Lego. Like they're really good at repurposing bricks for other things. And some of the uses that they have for them, especially now with the modern sets like this, like I find that the design is very different and naturally more complex than the sets from when I was a nipper, which wasn't yesterday, let's face it. But the sort of repurposing, like they're so clever with the designs and things that they come up with now, and I'm usually fairly impressed. And that's going on the top like that. Okay. That way. Yeah, look at how that's all slotted together. It looks a bit odd, to be fair. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about it. Oh my. I don't really have much choice in how I feel about it, do I? Another one of these. To be fair, we're ticking along with this. This is the nice thing about having things that are maybe not identically repetitive, but similar. You know, you can kind of speed up a wee bit. And then another 3 of these. Hi guys, sorry about that. Everything just decided to stop. Thanks for hanging on there. A bit of old hillbilly internet interference there. I'm glad that you're all talking about food. It's like, that's the default. If something goes wrong, just start talking about food. Yeah, apologies there. That was just a mild internet blip. For no apparent reason at all. I'm just looking at what I've done here because I think I've missed a step. I've just obviously got sidetracked there. So that went on there, and then I put one of those on there. And then that went on. I must have pulled out an extra one of these by accident that I didn't need. Ah, goodness me. It's just working on my pavement. Ah, now that starts. So I have missed a step because that's not fitting in where it should. Okay. Right, back to the start then, see what I've done wrong here. I hate it when I get sidetracked like that. So I've got my two flat pieces there, and then I put that one on top, which is this one here. And then this one went on. So that's right so far. And then another one of those on top of that. So that is correct so far. And then one of these and one of these. That should be correct. What have I missed here? Oh. Oh, no, that's not right either. I've got a gap there. Or maybe that one was wrong. I'm just checking to see what I've missed here. I feel like this one's wrong. Just looking at the pattern. So I'm trying to, it might be a wee bit more difficult for you to see if I just zoom in a wee bit here. I'll move this over a bit. I'm just checking the pattern here with what I've got to make sure I haven't made a mistake further back. So that this one and this one should match. But I seem to have an extra one in there. Ah ha 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 ha. Right, okay, I see what I've done. So that should slot in there. And then that should technically take this one off now and put it back together. Like so. That should slot in there. There we go. So I did have an extra one that I didn't need. I thought I'd counted right. Chips in a sandwich with butter on the bread. So good. I think we're just on pizza tonight, honestly. Again, depends entirely on what time we get finished here. The way things are going, it might be a while. We'll see. One of these, I only need one. I've got one. And then two of these pieces. I haven't really been cooking anything exciting at all this last little while. I do have Moroccan meatballs in my freezer, and I was planning, I usually batch cook those, and I was planning on cracking some of them out at some point, but it'll probably be over the weekend when I've got a bit more time to myself. I say time to myself, like just when I'm not proper jobbing it. I have a little bit more time to cook, so just now, Mr. Jem's not even that fussed. Sometimes he's quite late in and he's not got much of an appetite, and he's quite happy to have a sandwich or, you know, something like that. Yeah, this is starting to give us a bit of a pattern now. Okay. Okay, okay. Let's pop that up there a wee bit. There, how's that? potato sandwich, but that's basically a bread sandwich. Well, no, it's a potato sandwich. Carbs on carbs with butter. So good. Crisp sandwiches. Love a crisp sandwich. Right, green hat question for you. What flavour of crisps does it have to be if you're making a crisp butty? If you're making bread with spuds, you're doing it wrong. You do get potato bread. Right, okay, anywho. Oh, food. Get excited about food. We know this. This one. 2 of these. 1 of these, not 2. And then I'm looking for a chunkier piece. There we go. This is what we need. So pop that on there. Get one of our little pillar pieces. And then this little end piece. I think this is going to be quite a pretty pattern when it's finished. It looks a bit disjointed at the moment, but I think once you know, everything else sort of comes together, it's going to look a bit better. I'm assuming that this is going to be the end of the path. It looks a bit sort of disjointed at the moment, but I would just like to point out that we're on step 14 already, so I think we're going to, although there's a lot of steps, I think they're fairly small steps, so we should get through them fairly quickly. I always find these initial steps can be quite sort of tedious because you don't really know what you're looking at. You know, you've not built enough to see where things are starting to take shape yet. So I do find these a bit laborious at times. But that's half the fun as well, because there's sometimes when you start building these sets, you're building something and you don't actually know what you're building. And you're like, what the hell is this? And then it turns out to be something really cool a bit further down the line, you know, like all becomes clear. So I quite like that. Just make sure these are lined up properly. And that one's going in there. Okay. See, I feel like we're starting to get a bit more of a solid base here now. We've got a big long one of these. So that's going there. That is my phone going off. I'm getting a lot of like nuisance calls, like telemarketing calls just now. And I was actually quite tempted to answer one live on the live stream and just harass whoever's trying to tell me that I can claim money for an accident that I haven't had. And then I thought, no, because they might disclose some personal information about me that I maybe don't want broadcast out live on the internet, so maybe not a good idea. Mr. Hat says salt and vinegar. Mr. Hat, I am with you. I am salt and vinegar. Mr. Jem is cheese and onion. I do not like cheese and onion crisps because I hate the oniony smell they leave on your breath. I like pickled onion crisps, but I don't like cheese and onion crisps. But he says cheese and onion is the only acceptable flavour to make a crisp butty with, but salt and vinegar all the way. Stick them in a ham sandwich for extra crunch. Salt and vinegar crisps, yes. You'd skip the bread as well. Has to be really cheap rubbish bread, none of this fancy sourdough. Yeah, like a bog standard, like Warburton's Toasty Loaf, or, you know, something of that ilk. Yeah, salt and vinegar, it seems to be way more popular in the UK than other countries. When I was in Cyprus, they did have salt and vinegar crisps in Cyprus, which I was quite surprised about, but that made me really happy because that's like my favourite flavour of crisps. So, you know, there's that. We have a lot of crisp flavours though, that other countries don't seem to have. Like even like our European neighbours don't seem to have. And people are like, oh, like that. Who decided that was a crisp flavour? And we're like, we don't know, but it tastes good. We do like our crisps. Oh, I don't need that one. Just this one. Oh, we're extending our base. That's gonna go under there. Get in there. Oh, it's getting exciting already. This is quite substantial, like it's quite chunky, I like that. Yeah, see, we put vinegar on our chips. Some people put vinegar on French fries, but not everyone. Hi, Polly. from sunny Central Florida. Believe it or not, Polly, it's sunny here today. It feels very summery right now, even though it's now early evening. Polly likes salt and vinegar as well. We like the salt and vinegar. Good. Zingy. Crisps and a tuna salad. Yeah. Right, so I can pop this to the side for now. We don't need that big bit. We're making me itty bits again. That's the wrong size, Jem. Come on now. I can't even blame having had beer for making mistakes either, because I've only had half like a tiny can. Although, to be fair, I've not been drinking much recently, so I would imagine that my tolerance isn't what it was around Christmas, because around Christmas I always exercise my drinking muscle very well. But again, I've mentioned this before, I did dry January. I was really trying to sort of kickstart my weight loss again, and it's worked. And I've just not been drinking as much, so... I also went for a run. I was supposed to go for a run this morning and I didn't go for various reasons. But I did go for a run the other morning. What morning was that? Wednesday morning. And it was really good and I really enjoyed it and my elbow was fine. So that was kind of cool. But I really need to get some consistency in my running now, because I've been off and on basically since I went to Sweden in September. So I'm really keen to get back into a wee routine. But my run on Wednesday was fabulous. I had a great time. They were really good. So very pleased for that. Obviously that helps with the weight loss as well, so not complaining. But yeah, we'll run an extra mile or two for a packet of salt and vinegar crisps. I'm not going to lie. I am very much a savoury person, not bothered by chocolate and biscuits and things. I mean, I'll have them now and then. But if someone was to throw like a loaf of bread at me, and then throw a box of chocolates at me, I'd be catching the bread, not the chocolates. Crisp hack, Dairy Dunkers did salt and vinegar twirls and cheese. You can buy cheap bags of those on a tub of seriously strong spreadable cheese. Oh. Mr. Hat, don't threaten me with a good time. Oh god, y'all are gonna make me hungry, like, come on. I've been super good today as well because I knew I was going to be drinking beer. Beer's full of calories. I'll also, to be fair though, I will take beer over food. I'll take Jack Daniels over food as well, to be fair. Just not as often just now. That's like, hungry. Hungry. Right, that's looking suspiciously like what we've got here, so I'll take it. My hair is really, see my fringe, like obviously that's supposed to be like up there. And it's just at that length where it's like hanging in my eyes all the time. I've been walking about most of the week just with it like pinned up with Kirby grips and a sort of like, you know, like severe, just to get it out my eyes. But I can see it like bouncing about my line of vision, is bugging the living daylights out of me. Right, here we go. So we're kind of repeating on this side what we did on the other side, or it's very similar at least. Because we're back to these little green flat plates and whatnot. So we'll grab them. That's the last of them. I really don't need 2 trays now either. I've got so few pieces left. That's all that's left of the first bag. So I think we're doing quite well. Well, I switch you back. The other thing I noticed as well, and this will make you laugh, I can't remember what button it was though. Yeah, see on this camera here, you're kind of getting a gratuitous bust shot as well, which was completely unintentional, but you know, whatever you get thrills out of, I won't stop you. Two of these, one of these, Betty weren't expecting me to say that tonight, were you? My little sparrows are out at the bird feeding as well. I can hear them arguing with each other. There's a bit of bit of competition going on out there. Obviously they're in like full tilt just now, and they're nesting and having babies and things, so I think the competition for food's quite fierce, and I think things get a wee bit fraught. You didn't say you married a top chef, Green Hat? The tastes are basic but delicious. Mr. Hat's a basic bitch. At least you're honest. See, that's the thing. My problem is that I like everything. I like fancy food. I'm a qualified chef. I did qualify as a chef a long time ago and worked in 80 Rosette restaurants and 5-star hotels. I do like fancy food, but I love the basic food too. And that's probably why I'm having to try and lose some weight. Just like everything. Very few things that I won't eat, to be fair. I've got a mild nut allergy. It makes me really itchy. It's more like like a histamine reaction versus an anaphylactic reaction. And that's with most nuts, so I've got to be careful with that. But apart from that, the only thing that I will not eat is steak, and I don't like the texture of it in my mouth. I'm quite happy eating any type of meat, just not in steak form. So I've tried it. I've tried with venison. I've tried with a beef steak, and it's the texture, like bite. I just don't like it. That's about the only thing that I won't eat. Obviously, I have preferences of things that I like more than others, but generally speaking, I'll pretty much eat anything apart from that. Forced not to eat junk food. Well, see, my problem's always been, it's not that I mean, I eat quite well in terms of the things that I select to eat, but my problem is I've got what I call the Italian fat bastard gene, and I can consume like absolutely, especially for only being a small person, and obviously my body doesn't need it because I am a small person, so that's kind of my problem. So I've had to work really hard to try and keep my portion sizes down, because especially when I'm feeding Mr. Jem as well, like he takes a lot of feeding, and when I see a portion for me next to a portion for him, I'm like, I feel as if I'm being done out my dinner, so yeah, that's it. That's like a really good problem to have. Like, I'm not getting as much food as him, but the reality is that I'm small, so I don't need it. Right, we're back to these again. Like, oh God, here we go again. Right, let's try not balls up this time. But yeah, I can pack away a serious amount of food. I do have my Italian heritage to thank for that. My dad's exactly the same. Him and I are like, we're a force to be reckoned with. Like we always said, like we could be like a competitive eating team between the two of us. Right, let's see if I've done this right this time. I should really have counted these pieces out. But I say I've got so few pieces left here, I was like, nah, I'll be fine. Biscuit for a biscuit. There we go. I've just realised I've got that piece in the wrong way. That should be that way. Bit of a rotational issue there. This is actually really difficult doing this on a stream, because you don't have the same concentration level that you've got when you're doing it on your own. Like, it's weird. Put yours on a smaller plate. Yeah, I already have a smaller plate. Psychological. I've got a smaller bowl, I've got a smaller plate. See, that's the thing. I'm not like following a diet. I'm just, again, just what I call it. I'm just trying to eat like a normal person, because if I eat like a normal person, I'll lose weight. So for me, it really is just keeping the alcohol content lower and really being disciplined with my portion sizes. And team that with a bit of running, and that's me. I'm good. And I don't really need anything else, to be honest. I mean, the way there's obviously more efficient ways to lose weight and lose it quickly, but I'm not interested in that. But the one thing I will say is that I lost a lot of weight once before. I was quite heavy as a later teenager stroke early 20s, and that's because I was drinking like 9 pints of beer in the pub every night. And the one thing, when I lost that weight, the one thing that I had to do, which I did for a very long time, was just write down everything that I eat. And that was a really effective way for me to maintain my weight. I always find that if I write things down, I've got a much better grasp of how much I've actually eaten. So that works for me long term. And if I have to do that for the rest of my life, then so be it. Oh look, we're joining stuff up now. How exciting. Ooh. It's really long and skinny. I was not expecting that. And then this bit's going in here. Give us a bit of strength in the build. Yeah, there we go. That's much more sturdy. This kind of reminds me, there was a set that was a train platform. That's what this is reminding me of. So we've got all these flat bits and they're going all the way across. So this is like a nice finished curb edge here, clearly. Lovely jubbly. I seem to have lots of spare bits here as well. That always happens. I explained that last time. It's actually to do with the weight. Because I always thought they give you extra of these small pieces because they're easy to lose. But they put the main pieces in, and if the bag doesn't reach a certain weight, they just fling in extra bits that happen to be handy if you have lost a piece. So you do always have bits left over, and it's important to remember not to panic if you've got these left over. You haven't done anything wrong. They're meant to be there. Green Hat needs to lose about 2 stone, but can't get into the headspace for it. Well, this is the thing. I was very discouraged by a conversation with my doctor not that long ago, because I have lost, now it's taken 2 years, but I have lost £55. And the doctor basically was like, yeah, you're still fat. Like, you still have weight to lose. And the reality is that I need to lose like another probably £30. But see, when you've worked that hard and lost that weight, the doctor's like, yeah, you're doing okay. You're like, oh, come on, I've been trying really hard. That doctor was an a-hole. Yeah, well, she was, like, she was really nice about it, though. Like, she wasn't horrible about it. But yeah, it was just a bit sort of disheartening, honestly. I'm like, I'm trying my hardest, honest. So yeah, I totally understand, like, not being in the headspace, because obviously when my mum passed away, it really wasn't, I didn't care. I just didn't care. So, you know, I understand that, and it has taken me a long time to get to where I am, and I realise that I do still have a bit to go. But thankfully I didn't put on much weight, although I didn't lose anything. I think I put on like maybe a couple of pounds. And then just picked it up again when I was ready. And I was ready to get it going, and then I broke my elbow, and, you know, so on and so forth. But we shall persevere. Oh, look at these fun blocks. We've got bright blue ones. And I've got a little bag here. Where's my other? What's this side? I need to tip these ones out so I don't get confused. But I think I'll use my little Swedish cup. It doesn't have any pencils or paint in it just now, so they can live in there just now. I hear you, little Tweety bird. Well, see, I just think the thing that annoys me, Green Hat, is that some of them are really, really obsessed with the BMI chart. Now, I'm not built like an athlete, but I am very short and stocky with a muscular build, and I've got a huge bust. So to try and place me at the lower end of the BMI scale, you know, so maybe like 18, 19, 20, I would actually look ill if I was that way. And the doctor said to me, like, you might want to aim, because she's like, do you want it in stones and pounds? And I'm like, yes, I do things the old-fashioned way. And she's like, oh yeah, you should really aim for about 9.5 stone. And I looked at her and I laughed. I was like, when I was playing volleyball in school at 14, I was heavier than 9.5 stone. I'm like, that's ridiculous. And I think that's really, really damaging. You know, like, you just, anyway, don't get me started, because I'll get on my soapbox about it. This is him about to order us a takeaway. To be fair, I've got a bugger back at the Mo, and Mrs. Hat is recovering from surgery. You guys go for it. Like, if ever there was a good reason to get a takeaway, that's it right there. My BMI reckons I should be about 8 stone. Yeah, I think at the bottom end, mine's like 8 stone 3 or something, and that's just, like, that's not going to happen. I haven't been 8 stone since about 10. I don't think I've ever been 8 stone, Green Hat. You're in good company. It's just ridiculous, but I showed her a photograph of, I was about to run my first half marathon, so that was the day before my 30th birthday. And I was in phenomenal shape at that point. Like, I really was in fantastic shape. And I said to her, I was like, "Do I look obese to you in that picture?" And she's like, "No, you look very fit and healthy." And I was like, "Well, by your standards, I was technically 3 stone overweight in that photo, so stick it." Chocolate. Well, the other thing is they use a waist to hip ratio here as well, and my waist to hip ratio is very good, although my BMI is not. So yeah, I'll take that. But I'm like, no, 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 whatever. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing because it's working. Thank you very much. But I will not be coerced into trying to get myself down to a ridiculously tiny weight. Because I don't want to look scrawny. I want to look like, I want my muscular frame. I'm very happy with the shape that my body is. It's just a bit bigger than I would like it right now. But I've got great thighs, and you know, I was at peace a long time ago that I was never going to have skinny thighs. And having a bust as well, I'm never going to be super, super light. Like, it's just not going to be a thing. And I wouldn't force myself into that position because I like food too much. I like food far too much. Right, what's going on here? I've missed something. See, I'm getting a bit ranty in my old age here. I feel like I'm looking at this part here. I've completely missed a row here. Did I? I must have just missed a page. See those extra bits I was talking about? Good God. Right, so where did I put them though? They're in the cup, aren't they? Okay, we're going to have to back up here. I'm like, why is that not fitting in there? That doesn't make any sense. Now I know why. I must have missed a... Yeah, see this part here? That's completely missing from here. There it is. I must have just skipped over that. Good grief. Right, okay. Anyway, well, at least we've got the extra pieces to do it. Oh, Jock is stirring. Okay, so we've only got 2 spare pieces. That one should slot in there, which it does. Right, okay, so this should make more sense now. Yeah, there we go. Much better. I like food way too much. Yeah. Absolutely. No, I'm not being miserable. That's not happening. And if I have to carry, even if it's more than a few, as long as I can go out and run and it's not going to be detrimental to my knees and all those other bits of my bodies that groan and complain, then I am absolutely fine with it. It would be really nice if my boobs would disappear though, I'm not going to lie. I'd be quite happy if they disappeared, like, completely. This is all very interesting, what's going on in here. The best thing is, like, most of this is going to be covered up. Which is sad because it's so pretty and colourful. Get these blue blocks in. Ta-da! We're about to eat a takeaway in beds for our own worst enemies. Yeah, Mr. Hat just informed us of that. Like, you two aren't in any shape to be doing anything else apart from that. Never get people who get their boobs made bigger. I keep saying, like, see if anybody needs boobs, I'm quite happy to give mine away. You can have them for free. Yeah, like, see, that's why my neck and my shoulders are screwed. Like, it's not fun. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. Don't even get me started on trying to find decent bras either. That's just, oh. And how much I have to pay for them. See the bras that I wear running, they're amazing. Like, they're fantastic. But by God, they're expensive. Okay, let's slot some more bricks in. So that one's going in there. And then I need a wee green one in here. Building up this base, making it chunky. Right, now we've got a wee section in the middle here to do. Oh, I needed this. One of these. A wee tiny smooth square. There we go. This green piece and 2 black ones. There we go. Right, so let's see if we can put this together without cocking it up this time. That would be pretty good. I think we're going across here. Like this, like this. Like this, yeah. And this part's covering up here. Ta-da! That was pretty straightforward. I would give some of my boobs away too. Anyone interested? I would do anything to get rid of mine. I've always said that though, if I do, not if, when I do get to a decent weight, I 100% go for a reduction. Like, absolutely no thought required. That would be happening. Oh, now I seem to be missing a piece. Like, actually missing a piece. Oh, disaster. Maybe it's hiding. There it is, it's hiding. Oh, that was the fear set. That was like the Lego fear setting in again there, guys. Oh, I hate that feeling. And you're like, no. And that, see this flat piece here, that's not the kind of thing I've got spares of. That's quite a specific piece. Oh no. No. That's better. This one tucks in here. Oh, that feels so solid, like it's so heavy. That feels great. We're building a very substantial base here. It's looking fairly good. Yeah, I mean, getting a boob job to go to a C cup is not, you know, you can understand why people would want to do that. Like, I get that. I have a friend that had a breast enlargement, and it was after she'd had 2 kids, and she basically had nothing, and she was very, very self-conscious about it, and she went and got a breast enlargement. But again, she's very tiny in the skinny sense, like she's very narrow, like sort of slight frame. So she said she didn't want to end up looking like a lollipop. And hers looked fabulous and she was extremely happy with them. And I was like, damn it, like, could we not have just organised it so you could have taken mine and then we would like both have benefited? Like, that would have been great. But no, alas. A corner bit here. That's going to go on there. And then we've got this cheeky little piece to go over here. See, this is where I start questioning things, because now I'm like, I put this piece on, And there's this little corner piece here. So what's the gap for? Like, we haven't put anything in there. What's that little gap for? What does that do? I'm sure we're going to find out very soon, but things like that interest me. Sad to cover up the pretty blocks, I know. Oh, I would love to be a bee cup. Oh, I would. I can't think of anything more exciting than being a bee cup. If only. Right, two of those, one of those, one of these. A wee green square. Whee! And we need some of these smoother bits as well. Again, I'm at the... Whoa, that was nearly a disaster. I'm at the point where I can go back to one tray. Just make things a bit easier. One of those and this little white piece as well. Okay. All right. Just trying to orientate myself here. So that's going on top of there. That's me. You know, just like you have to find your starting place kind of thing. Now, I've missed a step again because I didn't put this part in. I just missed this piece altogether. In fact, I missed this page altogether. Right, I've put that in the wrong place as well. I'm just sitting here holding these pieces in my hand. I missed this page altogether. Whoa, there we go. Right, so back a step. Just making, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I actually did skip this page altogether. Right, so what, good lord, what do we need here? That's to go there. There. There, and then this piece goes in here. Yeah, that's more of a, that makes much more sense. Come on, Gem. That makes much more sense. Polly's 5'1". Are you in the shorty club too, Polly? About £115. Yes, you're small. And you're a 34D. Yeah. Oh, I feel ya. Hi Laura, how are you doing? Yeah, we're talking about boobies. We were talking about BMI and all the things that we like to eat, and then we got talking about boobies. So, yeah. I would love to wear a bodice or a corset. Well, see, I'm kind of against things like that because I would actually like choke myself because my boobs would end up at my chin. That's it. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Oh, goodness me. What a chat to be having. That's it. See, when I was out for my run the other day, I was thinking about, because at one point we were talking about making a set of boob stickers. So I was like, well, obviously you've got the big booby brigade and you've got the itty bitty titty committee, which I think is hilarious. And then I'm like, what about the people in the middle? And I'm like, medium mammary membership. So if anybody's got any better ideas for people of a medium bust size, I'm all ears. I don't know why that randomly popped into my head when I was running, but it did. These are the kind of ponderings I have when I'm out running. This says a lot about me, doesn't it? Goodness me. Like, what can I think of that rhymes? Because I need to make it into a sticker. Vertically challenged. Well, I'm 5'3", Polly, so I'm only 2 inches taller than you. Fun sized. Well, that's the thing, like, I'm on the tall side. Like, see, when you talk about, like, petite clothing ranges, I'm on the top end of that. I'm, like, on the tall side of the petite range, but I've only got a 27-inch inside leg, so I've got very, very short legs. So I do find the petite range of trousers especially helpful because I have got little short legs. Oh, this is yeah, this is the edge. I can see this in front of me. So this is like the corner of like where there's going to be a table there. I think that must be the anchor point for the table. I love stuff like that's pretty. Like you can tell that that's part of the paving. But I say big boobs. Oh, Laura, that's hilarious. I love it. I just got called Tits McGee at school. In fact, I got called a lot of things at school, to be fair. Some bothered me more than others. Yeah, where's all the tall girlies? Because I was going to say Thea's tall. Thea, are you not like... Yeah, I was going to say you're like 5'8" or 5'9", aren't you? You can tell us in centimetres, Black Rose. We'll convert it. The Average Airbag Association. Advantageous to have a gentleman in the chat. Mr. Hat, I love that. The Average Airbag Association. 5'6" according to Google. Yeah, that again, that's quite tall for a lady in the UK. Like you would be considered on the no, you're not that you're super tall, but you would be considered on the taller side, definitely. You're the same height as Mama Jem. That's what height she was. That was like my life's ambition was to be taller than my mum, but unfortunately my short fat Italian side won out on that one. What can I say? Like, because even my dad's not that tall. I think my dad's only 5'8". We're all short, but no, like, so my dad's mum, my Italian grandmother, she was only like 4'10", and I always, when I like describe her, she was as wide as she was tall. She was a fantastic person. I loved her very much. She was hilarious, but yeah, like typical Italians and like really thick, stocky legs. That's just the way we're built. But we used to joke that like because my family come from like peasant Italian lineage, and the reason that you've got thick thighs and thick ankles is so you've got strength to walk up the hills, because that's what you used to have to do. Like you can't be a farmer in Italy unless you've got good strong thighs. Put these little pieces in here. This is coming along quite nicely, this paved bit. One of those in there, that's it. Okay, I'm going to take a break at I was going to say step 50, but I'll go to 53 because it's down here. And I'll take a wee quick break and maybe get myself another beer. Yeah, that one's empty. Maybe get myself another beer. I do actually have beer here, I can just get one just now. 410 is quite petite, it's tiny, like 410 is small. Hello Lucy Fox Arts, you're a little one as well, 4'10". It's a stupid measuring system. To be fair, here in the UK we're probably like the most confusing nation when it comes to measurements, because we use both metric and imperial, and there's no rhyme or reason to what we use for what sometimes. But also, if you're Scottish as well, we measure distances in minutes. So if someone asks you, where is the post office? You're like, oh, it's 5 minutes down the road that way. Like, we do a lot of that as well. So yeah, it's really confusing for other people, but the good thing about it is, like, for me, like, I can convert quite easily from one to the other because there's a lot of instances where I use both. We weigh cows in kilos, and we have to calibrate the weigh scales, and the way you do that is by standing on them. So even though I wouldn't talk about my weight in kilos, I know what my weight is in kilos. So yeah, and it's the same with height measurements as well. I know that I'm 161 centimeters, which is converted 5'3". So yeah, there you go. But for anyone else, it's confusing. Like, no one else uses stones and pounds. I know in the US you guys use pounds exclusively when you're talking about weight. So we know what you're talking about, but if I say to you how many pounds are in a stone, you wouldn't be able to tell me. Yes, we're very confusing that way. Okay. We've got the aeroplane wing pieces. Now, I always mess these up because I never get the ones that go on the correct side, because these pieces can mirror each other. So I'm looking for the ones that fit together. So that one's going on top of that one, that's right. Oh, and there we go. And then I need one of these little hingy pieces as well. Oh, ooh. And this other piece is going to go on this side. Rawr. If all the measurements are in cups, then it doesn't matter how big the cup is, you just end up with a bigger, smaller batch. But what is a pinch? Well, it depends how big your thumb and your forefinger are. Like, I'm pretty sure Mr. Jem's pinch is going to be significantly larger than mine because he's got, like, big, massive shovel hands. Yeah, I think that might be quite a flawed system. It's like a handful. Good God, don't ask Mr. Jem to get you a handful of anything. I don't know what this is I'm making, but I like it. Nom 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 nom. It's going in there. And then what's that be? Okay, so I don't know what this is. Maybe if I turn the page, I'll find out what it's for. Oh, we might as well keep going because we're going to add it on here. It's to make a slanty bit to fit on here. So the edge of the building obviously goes, yeah, the front of the building's at an angle, so that's what this is for. Okay. Your hand measures 21 centimeters from the base of your palm to the tip of your middle foot. Right, hang on a minute. Like, I've got really wee hands. Thea, that is hilarious. Mine's like 15. I've got small hands. That's so funny. Oh, look, Patty's putting out all the conversions for everyone. Yes, £14 in a stone. Very good. I like it a lot. Haven't bought any Lego sets yet, but definitely one of my kind of hobbies. Laura, I started building Lego when I stopped smoking. I wanted something to do with my hands, so I bought a really, really big set, and every time I felt the urge to go for a cigarette, I used to go through and just like put a couple of bricks on. Unfortunately, it has turned out to be a more expensive habit than smoking, although it's significantly better for your health. That's like, see if you go down that rabbit hole and just ask Patty or Jan. Like, it's a slippery slope, I tell you. I've got some lovely sets though, and it just, I'm like, I don't have any space now. Right, let's finish this wee section off. As I say, we're nearly there, and you know, that's the end of the bag as well, so we'll work on that. So I think that part, yep, so that part's going in there. And then this piece is going on there. And then we're putting another hinge. I just need to make sure I get this one the right way round. No, that way. Does that look right? Yeah. Oh no, now I'm confused. Oh no, I'm not confused. I thought I was confused, but I'm not. Oh. Polly was 2 packs a day. Woo. How many cigarettes are in your packs? So is it 20 or 24, Polly? Because I'm sure in the US the packet sizes are different. Hi Snoo, how are you? Nice to see you. Yeah, I found about the weird packet sizes because here in the UK, when I still smoked, you used to be able to get a pack of 10 and you could get a pack of 20, but you can't get 10 anymore. It's 20. And when I went to Canada one of the first times, I was really confused because a lot of the packets it was 24. So I just wonder if it's the same in the US. Okay, there's not. I'm just checking there's nothing going on this bit. No. Okay, so we need to put this on here. So I like that they give you the 3D view, but they also give you the top-down view, which is easier when you're actually using it for like brick placement. So that should go on there. Oh, that's what the gap was for, is to put that piece in. See, mystery solved. That's me super happy now. So that's actually going to be the front of the building there, and now we've got you know, this is our pavement, our paved bit that we were working on right at the beginning. That's fairly solid base. The hillbilly internet is being cheeky tonight. It just kind of like dipped out there. Yeah, right, so I shall be back in just a moment. If you want to start talking about food again, feel free, but I'll be as quick as I can. We're talking about banana bread. Yeah, if you've got Discord, Laura, you can join us there. There's usually some lively chat. I'm a bit sort of absent from that just now, but it's just because we're calving, and that we're, you know, things be busy here. They be busy. I just I heard voices outside um when I was just taking a break there, and there's somebody walking up through the yard with a dog, and their dog's off leash. And like we just don't need that just now, so I'm just waiting for Mr. Jem to come out and like shout at them. I don't know who it is. I don't recognise the voices. Like it might just be people out walking. But I don't want to be party to that at all. We've got pregnant cows. Like you can't have a dog running about. Like you just can't do it. Anyway, it'll be sorted out one way or the other. But Mr. Jem is on a very, very short fuse just now because he's really tired. So I kind of feel like a tiny bit sorry for them, but not really. Oh, right, okay. I need bag number 3. And they've also set my bull off again. He's bawling his head off again. I don't know if you can hear that or not. He stopped now. Oh, there we go. God. Ah, right, let's get the spare pieces in the cup. Oh no. Oh, there's two small bags in here. Look. Okay. Oh, we've got windows and things. There's another piece. Yeah, so just looking at time, I don't think we're going to get we're not going to get finished. But if you guys are quite happy to hang out again, we can organise another stream, and like I won't finish building it, and we can finish it on a separate stream. I am more than happy to do that. I don't quite know when, but we'll do it. Yeah, if anyone wants to join the Discord, you can email me or you can email Thea, who has she has access to like the cave admin email. So Thea, if you could stick them up, the email addresses that is up in the chat for Beth and Laura, that would be great. Thank you. I say either or, one of us will pick it up. Right, where's my... Oh, make sure I've got everything out of there. Thanks, Thea. I say that generally the Discord's quite it's quite lively. We do have quite a lot of different channels, so obviously there's sort of like general chat and arty chat. We've got a bit for Lego and gaming as well, because we've got quite a few Lego and gaming fans. I don't know why we've ended up putting those two together, but it's working anyway. So you can chat about that. We've got a page for talking about pets as well, and my personal favourite is we've got one for reference images. So if you've taken some photographs and you're happy to share them, it's quite a nice resource in there if you want to go and look for stuff to, for something to draw. That's working quite well as well. Oh yeah, there's interesting bits in here. Look, oh that's the bottom of a cupcake for sure. Okay, righty McHo-ho, let's crack on, see how much we can get done here. Got this back part. Oh, the door's really fancy. I've just spotted the door, look. Oh, it's got fancy bits on it and it's shiny. We like shiny things here at the cave. Right, we've got a whole selection of pieces to put in place now here, so I'll just get my wee begging hand back out. Might have to come over this side for a couple of pieces. Two of those. A wee round grey one as well. Two of these. And then I'm looking for these flat pieces. One of those. I need two of these. One of these, and a bigger corner piece that might be on this side. Yeah, there it's there. Okay. Trying to sort of keep everything in shot here. Including the actual Lego bit that we're building on, that'd be helpful, wouldn't it? I feel like that wasn't stuck down properly, but it is. Covering up all the pretty yellow bits now. Aww. Moo. I'm so sick of listening to him mooing. Stop mooing! We've got a sticker for that, you know. Oh, he's just obnoxious. This is our youngest bull that's making all the noise. His name's Vic. He's a noisy boy. I say when it's going on at 4 o'clock in the morning, it gets quite wearing after a time. haven't really used Discord. I think I should join. Yes, the more the merrier. See, there's usually somebody floating about at some point talking about something. I actually tend to go on to Discord most when I'm out walking the dogs. I don't always take my phone with me when I walk the dogs, right enough. Sometimes I just like, you know, the sort of the piece of being disconnected from things. But more often than not, I like to do that. That's usually in the mornings. Oh, I made that a bit wonky, didn't I? Goodness me. I feel like I like slid forward. Oh, Jan's friend's baking for a coffee morning. What she made? Bacon butties. Oh yeah. A little checkered square here, and then we've got these two brown things. I don't know what you want to call them. They're such an odd piece, these, but they're very useful for lots of different things. I don't know what, I don't have a name for that. You know, I've got my like own made up names for stuff, but I do not have a made up name for that piece. Tiffin, which is amazing. Sugar goes through the roof just looking at it. I imagine it would do. Right, so this is going in here, like so. Right, let's pick out some more pieces. So I need one of these. I need another black one. Shh. Oh, goodness me. Brown one. And then two of these green ones. Okay, so that's going on top of that, which is going there. I wonder what this is. I'm not sure what it is. That one's going in there. This looks like a, you know, like a diner floor type thing. And then I need 3 white ones. 3 black ones. And a long green piece. Okay, McCookie. So that's going in there. Definitely tiles this, isn't it? Looks kind of cute. I was going to say I'll change this camera angle. Yeah, so that you can see from over there. That's better, isn't it? A lemon drizzle cake. See, again, I like baking things, but I'm just not that fussed on eating it. I would rather have like bread or pasta or salt and vinegar crisps. Salt and vinegar crisps. Need another 2 of these little smooth tiles as well. Thought we were done with those, but we're not. straighten these up a bit. Sometimes when I put these on, they're not straight, so I've got to kind of like, you just need to kind of like well, yeah, you are rotating them, but just so that they're square with whatever you've stuck them to. Oh no. No, no, no. Drizzle. I actually haven't baked anything. I've not even been baking bread, which is something I normally do fairly regularly. But again, I've just not had time this last little while. And so Mr. Jem's not really eating the way he would normally eat, so a lot of the time there's no point in me making. That's the only thing about making your own bread. It doesn't last as long as like a shop bought loaf. So, you know, I don't really want to make the effort to do that for it then to be, you know, to like toss half of it out kind of thing. So, but it's only temporary. Okay, oh, we're doing some funny things here now. Oh my goodness. So that corner piece is going on there. That's going in there. We're filling in the holes now. I'm gonna have to close that window. That's seriously off-putting. That way? Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Need to do this sensibly here. So that flat piece is going on there. And then that is going in there. Right, okay. Just making sure I was putting that in the right place there. 1, 2, 3 grey round button type ones. We'll call these the buttons. 2 of these, and then 4 of the grey clips. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going there by the looks of things. We're getting a bit of symmetry going now. Ooh, fancy. Obviously this bit isn't symmetrical, but I mean at the front here. Because that's I can see from the drawing in front that this is the plants that are outside, and this is like the base of the pillars that come up at the front of the actual building. I don't know what we're clipping in here though. Chairs maybe? Walnut cake, can't have that. Can't eat walnuts. Again, see, not that I feel like I'm missing out. Do you know what I find interesting? Well, I've never ever liked Snickers. I've always thought them to be absolutely repulsive. And it's interesting that I can't eat them anyway. Look, I'm using the tiny calculator piece. Look, it's so small, it's so cute. And a black one, a plain black one. One of these. Keyboard. A plain one, and then I'm looking for a muted green square, one of these ones. Marshmallow. That sounds like a lot of calories, delicious ones. Okay, keyboard's going on here. Oh, we're making like a till or a cash register. That's what we're doing here. I see where this is going. I built something very similar to this before. I think it was in the donut shop, which is attached to the police station. Oh, talk about stereotypes. Oh, okay, so this is like the counter. Right, I get it. And we're making a table as well. Oh, this is exciting. Now we're getting to exciting things. So one of these, and I call these the telescopes because they look like an old-fashioned telescope, obviously. I'm so original and imaginative. And then we've got purple tabletop. It is indeed a cupcake, I was correct. And then we've got a little swirly bit to put on the top. Oh, it's on a plate as well. I've missed the plate out. God damn it. I was just got really excited with myself there because I'm making a cupcake. So that's going to sit on there. There we go. Oh, look, how cute is that? And that goes on there. Oh. Very cute. Oh, we're making a fancy. Oh, this is a fancy chair. Super fancy. Okay, so let's find the actual bits that we need. This is the, excuse me, that's for the back of the chair, I think. So we've got this. Oh, this is fancy. I think this is probably the most ornate chair I've ever built out of Lego. Are these ones just going straight into the holes? They are. Okay. And then that's going on there. Okay. Like, oh, that's cute. That's a very, it's kind of washed out in light, but it's a very delicate, like, turquoisey type colour. And the legs are going to go in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. Kind of like that. Now we're on to the good stuff. Like, we're making windows and stuff now. Yeah. These are the door. Yeah, this is the front door, so we get to put our fancy pants doors in now. It makes me happy. I do hope there will be croissants. There are. There is actually, and again, that's another Lego piece that's been repurposed so many times for so many different things, but there is actually a croissant shaped piece. Obviously originally it came in croissant colour, like a golden kind of yellowy colour, but you get them in lots of different colours now because they use them for quite a lot of stuff. Oh, these doors are so pretty. So pretty. Oh, that makes me so happy for some weird reason. Look, they're so nice. I like them so much. Put the little handles on. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Easily pleased. And that's going right on at the front there. We have an entrance. I'll turn around and face that way so that you can see. Crackers and cheese. Yeah, I'm a big crackers and cheese person myself as well. Definitely. Right, I'm going to pop this to the side while we work on this next mystery item. So I'm making 2 of whatever these are. I've got to do this times 2, so I tend to just do them side by side because why wouldn't you? Like, I wouldn't make one all the way through and then go back and make another one. It's like do them at the same time. Are these our pillars? Is that what I'm building here? I don't know. Looks remarkably like it though. Yeah, we're getting quite a kind of chunky square shape here. Cheese makes everything better. Not following the instructions exactly, you rebel. Absolutely. So I need another 2 on each of these. Getting there now. Oh no. Oh, we're crumbling. That's better, a bit sturdier. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. Because these face part, that's so you can put like the smooth tiles on like these ones. That's exactly what this is. Love it when I can figure stuff out. It makes me feel less confused. Okay, so now we need these very delicate peachy coloured bits. Straighten them up a bit. Had to guard the cheese in the fridge. Oh, Katara, I love pickles as well. Oh, yes. Right into the pickles. I always have something pickled in the fridge. Always. Missed one. Again, Jan, rebellious, not following the instructions. Well, not in any specific order anyway. That's kind of half the fun sometimes though. I really quite like these peachy coloured ones as well. Quite into that as a colour. Again, we never had bricks those colours when I played with Lego as a child. That just didn't exist. Right, so now we've got these cute little pieces. Look at that. Very, very decorative. Now, I need to put these on straight. This will be easier said than done. No. That way, Jim. Yeah, see, trying to straighten these up, this is a nightmare, because you think it's straight and then you look at it and you're like, no. Olives, yep. Right into the olives. Love olives. Eat them out the jar. That's what I use. I bought big long ice cream sundae spoons. You know the ones I'm talking about? So they've got a great big long handle, but they've got like more like a teaspoon sized head on them. And I bought them originally for Mr. Jem for making coffee in his flasks, because obviously they reach down to the bottom to mix things up. Also found them extremely good for getting the olives out the bottom of the jar. I actually use those spoons for quite a lot of things that I never thought I would, so they were a good investment. Yes, there we go. So we're going to put our pillars on now. So these are going over the top of those white bricks. Okay, so you can see there at the front now, you've got that little step up that I was talking about, and then obviously you've got this nice sort of decorative feature on these pillars here as well. Yeah. The large door opening, it gives us a chance to take a sneak peek inside. Despite the minimal space in the interior, there are still lots of details to discover. Oh yeah, we've got the cupcake and the fancy chair. I mean, what more do you want? Hi, Jock, are you okay? Let's get his comfy wee pet. Hello, son. You all right? What you good boy? Oh, hi. I was going to say I could turn this camera around a wee bit, but you probably won't be able to see him. Oh, oh, he's just under the table here. Can't see you. You're too stiff to jump up now, aren't you? Yeah, he's a stiff boy. Hmm? Look at this boy. There you are. Right, okay, that's it. He's just stretching out. Yeah, he is the goodest boy. He's still the goodest boy. He's just plodding about. Right. Did you hear him chucking himself down there? He's so dramatic. That is a Polly thing. Just flinging themselves down. Right, we've got these two fancier pieces again. In the middle here. That's just sort of like holding the whole door structure together now, which is good. Again, just it's nice when you're doing those kind of parts, because when you are working around it, you're less likely, if you knock it, you know, for it all to sort of fall to pieces. That's this one to bag number 4 already. I have an awful lot of spare pieces here. Please tell me I haven't missed steps again. No, we'll find out. Let's get bag number 4 out. So this is, we're flipped round the other way now, so we're working on the back part now. We've only got one small bag this time. Just make sure I've not missed anything in there. Quite often these little tiny pieces, they get stuck like right in the corners of the bags. Again, back to like having that fear of not having all the pieces. So you always have to double check. It's a lot better in the paper bags though than it was in the old plastic bags. Like I find it's easier to sort of see things and get things out if they are stuck. Yeah, there's not much going on in that wee packet. There's only a few wee bits and bobs in there. Now, right, let's turn this round so that we're working the right way. What a coincidence, olive oil tastes like olives. Who'd have thunk it, Thea? Okay, we're making some fancy windows now. Again, I can pop this out the way just for a second. Pop it up there. We're working more with this stuff now. I hate it when they do this. They put like a tiny piece underneath and they've got to put a wee arrow to show you where it's going. I'm like, I'm sure there's a better way of doing that, but never mind. So far, so good. I've randomly just remembered the French word for window. It's fenêtre. Oh. My French isn't very good. One of my lesser studied languages. I'm trying to think. I only did like. Did I even do 2 years of French in school? Yeah, I did 2 years of French in school, which, as we've established, wasn't yesterday. Yeah, wasn't really my thing. German, that was much more interesting. Loved German in school. These ones are going on the end. If I can find another one. There it is. Okay, that doesn't feel very sturdy or solid particularly. Okay, so let's try and do this the right orientation the first time. So one facing that way, one facing that way, and then one facing back this way. Is that correct? That is correct. Excellent. Every word of James is supported by meow. Well, that's good because I'm getting moo behind me, so maybe they're in stereo. Two of these stuck to, oh no, that's too long, that one. Two of these stuck together. I don't know what's going on with this. I'll pop that out of the way as well just now. Oh, Jock's doing the tour of the beds. He hasn't decided which one he wants to get. Oh, there we go. He's in the orthopedic bed, like the expensive bed that he's actually supposed to lie in. That doesn't happen very often. Right, we've got a couple of these wee windows, or windies. Where I am from originally, there is a pub called the Wee Windies, because unsurprisingly it has small windows. How very original. Wee Windies. That's not the right. Oh no, that's the fancy ones. Are those the wrong windows? They're the wrong. I'm confused. Oh, I had the right frames. I had the wrong windows. These are the weenie windows. There's slightly bigger versions, and they've got that lovely pattern on them as well. So cool. Right, so where's the other one of this thing? I need two of these. Let's find it. What do you do with all the Lego kits you build? I display them. If you, in fact, let me just remember which button it is. Too many buttons. If you look behind me, up on the shelf there, they're on the very top. That's my modular building, so that's like the really big set. So they're like 3, 4, 5,000 pieces. Behind me on this side is all my Nintendo Lego. So there's Mario with Yoshi and Bowser. Bowser's probably one of the biggest non-modular buildings that I've built. He's big. Then underneath that there's more. And on this wall here, but over the other side, up in the top, I've got my Animal Crossing Lego as well. But that's what I'm saying, like I've got a gap at the end there. That's not big enough for, on that side, that's not big enough for another modular building. The French cafe will probably fit in that gap. There comes a point though where you run out of space, and when that happens I just dismantle some of the sets that have been out for like quite a long time, and I'll just put them back in the box and put them away, and then the newer ones can go up in their places. I do have a spare room through the wall from this room, so like through there. There is like we call it the box room. It is quite a small room, so I wanted to put shelves up there, but also I wanted to draw a tunnel on the wall on this side, and then when you walk through to the other room, draw it on the other side so it looks like you can like walk through. Just never got around to that. But yes, again, you know, building Lego's great, but it takes up a lot of space, especially if you build the bigger sets. I've got loads of other stuff floating about. I've got my Lego flowers there. You can see them underneath it's really difficult to point like this. Underneath the shell, they're Lego flowers, and little Julian that we built the last time that we did Lego on the stream, he's over there as well. So it's kind of dotted about everywhere. And then I've got Christmas Lego, which obviously only comes out at Christmas, and that gets sort of spread around the house like Christmas decorations. So yeah, it's not. Right, I don't need that one just now. Now I do need one of the smaller ones. These are so dinky, they're so cute. I can't get that in there. God damn it, get in. Oh, there we go. So small. See, I've got these in the wrong orientation. This is what I was talking about earlier about being left-handed. Just need to put them around the other way. And I need one of these little blocks as well. Now, what's that going on there? Oh, it's a kind of roundy one. I saw that earlier. It's like, that's quite a strange Lego brick. Okay, so we've got little bits at the front to stick something to, because that's going to be the outside. Intriguing. A lot of work has gone into the belt, saying that stopping smoking was no easy feat. I do have the ones up on the shelf, the modular buildings. A lot of them are quite rare retired sets, so you know, they're nice to have and nice to keep. And they're more sort of an investment. Not that I would ever sell them, I don't think, but it's nice to have. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now we've got these little fancy pieces to put on as well. Oh, little edging pieces. I like these. Are very satisfying. Like, they're just a good shape. I like them. Missing one. Where are you? Oh, it's hiding from me. The orchid is so. I nearly bought that the other day. Actually, I was like, no, Jem, you don't need any more Lego. Like, stop spending money. Ah, right. I see where we're going with this. So if we get another piece back here, then that's going to slot into there. Oh, try and get these to line up. Very good. Very nice. So looks like we're doing one for the other side as well. So this is going to be a mirror image of what we've just done, one would assume. Now I've already put my pane of glass in this one, so I don't need to mess about with that. How are the calves doing? They're fine. The early ones are quite big now. My little ginger biscuits, so my little red twins, they are one of the sets that have gone out to grass today, and they are thriving. They are doing so well. Calving in general is going really well. We've only lost one calf so far, and we're over halfway already. You're always going to have losses. It's just part of it. Then you have to accept it. But see, so far we've only lost one. The calf was absolutely gigantic, and Mum was not gigantic, and it was the wrong way round. It was breech, and it was so big that even the vet couldn't turn it. Like, we phoned the vet out, and by the time we managed to get it out, unfortunately it had passed. So that's a bit sad when that happens, but we did everything we could, and say it's just one of those things you've kind of got to accept. So generally speaking, it's going very well, but the calves are coming very early. Our calving window is 10 weeks, and this is week 3, so we're not even at the end of week 3, and we're already over halfway. We've had 4 sets of twins, and the record on this farm is 3, like, in one calving season, so we're already over that. Noisy boy outside is partially responsible for some of this. So yeah, but generally speaking, it's going well. But same, that's why Mr. Jem's so tired, because they're popping out everywhere, and you know, you're just not getting any respite, because it's just one after the other after the other. But that's a good thing, because if we carry on in this trajectory, we might be finished early, which would actually be quite nice, because that gives you a bit of breathing space before you start on the next job, which is silage. So yeah, all in all, going really well. We've got some super cute calvies. I can't remember who I sent a video to. I don't know if I put it on the Discord or not. But I'll take some more videos at the weekend, and I'll stick them up in the Discord, because we've got like proper nursery pens now where mums and babies are kind of like in a group like Gen Pop. And the calves are starting to form their own social groups now, and it's really funny because like they all run about together. They're super cute. And it's quite fun to watch. So I'll try and get some footage this weekend for you. The problem with it is, and the reason I don't have as many photos is quite often my hands are dirty, and I don't want to take my phone out and use my phone with my hands covered in poo and, you know, all these other things. But I will make a point of it. I'll go out and I'll take some video first before I get my hands dirty. Okay, I really like these kind of like semi-circular smooth bits as well are very satisfying too. So I'm assuming that these are going to join on here. And turn it around the right way. That way. Yeah, and that's going to slot in there like that. So that gives us like a whole window front now. And we've got these wee pieces to put on just to finish off the front of the windows. They're almost like little awnings, aren't they? Few Lego windows are 3 modules wide. The new 1x3x2 windows are introduced here for the first time in green. The windows are built sideways to utilise their relatively unusual size. So that's them talking about these ones. A little bit of useless, or might be useful Lego trivia for you. I don't manage the farm, Laura. It's actually my husband's job. Like, that's his full-time job. But obviously at busy times, it's a lifestyle, you know. I do a bit of farming, but it's only in a supporting role. We have been at farms in the past where I have worked on the farm, but I've got my own proper job. I work in animal diseases, so it's a lot to juggle. It's a lot to juggle. But just now it's just particularly busy. I'm not as involved at harvest time, which is our next busiest time. We have contractors that come in and help us at harvest. Basically at harvest, it is busy, but it's just my job to keep everyone fed and upright and hydrated. So I personally have a much easier time of things at harvest, but calving can be a bit fraught. Again though, I'm more inclined to work with the animals. I don't really like tractor driving. It's really boring. And I don't understand, like, the boys get really excited about tractor driving and I'm like, you're literally doing the same thing over and over, up and down the same stretch of land for hours. Like, there's nothing exciting about that. Once you get over, like, the initial, like, oh, look at me, my big tractor, it's not fun. Working with the animals is always interesting and it's always fun. So I'm very happy to work with the cows, especially because I like cows. Don't like sheep. We've had sheep in the past as well, and I keep saying, like, I would take like 500 cows over 20 sheep. That's how much I don't like sheep, and it's only because they're stupid. Like, they're just stupid. So yeah, it's a lot, but it's good a lot. Definitely enjoy my rural lifestyle. Wouldn't want to. I've lived in a city, I've lived in a suburb, I've lived in a town, I've lived in a village, and I've lived in isolated spots as well, and I've lived on farms, and definitely stay in a country bumpkin, that's for sure. Right, I fixed that on now. That looks pretty good. I should be able to turn this over. Look how nice that looks. That's pretty good. All right, I've put this little supporting piece in as well than that. Okay, so it looks like we're building this part at the back now. Okay, I'll just pop that out the road. Can you do CPR on a calf? Technically, yes. The best thing to do is to pick them up by their back legs, swing them round in a circle, you know, the way you would with little kids, like wee, to get all the fluid out that helps them. It's just like a centrifuge basically. You get all the fluid out, and then the next best thing you can do is slap them as hard as you can on the face, and it shocks their system into like getting going. That sounds quite brutal, but it works. Like, see, the old methods for stuff like that work really well. Obviously we don't go around slapping calves, but if you've got a calf that's not breathing, there's certain things that you can do. I know some old farmers that hang them over a gate, and again, it's just to help all the fluid drain out. And you can get straw and you can rub their side, so where their heart is, if you're to think about a calf lying on its side, the heart's like here. So if you get some straw and you rub really, really hard up and down their side where their heart is, that can get them going as well, because that's you simulating the mum licking them. But you do it quite vigorously. You can usually get them going. So that's kind of like, we wouldn't give CPR like mouth to mouth and chest compressions, but that's kind of like the way we would do it. You don't like people much, so country sound. Well, the thing is, there's people in the country as well, and they're not the cleverest sometimes. We don't have any pigs. I love pigs. Mr. Jem will not let me have pigs. I've been asking for pigs for years and I've never been allowed any. I did my dissertation on pigs. I love pigs, but they're very mischievous and they're a lot of work. And Mr. Jem's like, I think we've got enough going on. We don't need any pigs, which I understand. Mr. Gem's parents milk goats. They've got pedigree goats. So we're fairly well versed on our livestock. I say just no sheep. Like I don't want sheep ever again. Yeah, if you're not used to the practices, you know, it does sound quite horrific, but it's really not. Cows are very hardy animals. They're very, very hardy animals. Most of the time, though, we don't have to. You know, if you have a good herd, so if you've got good breeding stock and you've got good husbandry skills, you really don't have to intervene that much, especially with beef cattle. They tend to do most of it themselves, but when you do need to step in, sometimes you've got to be quite sort of forceful with things, or else, you know, you're not going to get anywhere sort of idea. Because you've got to bear in mind, like a newborn calf will be anything between like 35 and 80 kilos when it's born, depending on the breed. So, you know, the bigger ones are the weight of a decent sized human when they're born. So you need to like, you'd have to use a bit of force or else nothing happens. It doesn't do anything. Present for the birth of a whole lot of piglets, so cute and so pink. They are literally like little sausages when they come out. Yeah, pigs are fun. I like them as well because they're very clever. They are, if you look at their eyes though, their eyes are uncannily human, like it's a bit unnerving. They have very human eyes. Obviously I'm sure you're all aware that we are genetically are quite closely related to pigs, and it's why they use things like pig organs for transplants and things, because similar genetics. Oh, this is like a fancy counter. Where is this going? Set again. I'd rather have a smacked arse and be alive than have some pussy food or be gentle. True that. Yeah, it can be quite emotional, you know, especially if you're later on into calving, and you know, it's been kind of tough going when you see this little calf coming out and its wee heart's not beating. You're just like, oh please come on, like just come on, do it for me kind of thing. And it can be quite upsetting, because you get to a point, like, we're not, you know, our hearts aren't made of stone. We do get upset about these things, but when you're tired, obviously it's so much worse. I remember it, now how that was the first cave, yeah, the first cave, I remember we had a cow there and she was pregnant with twins, and we knew she was pregnant with twins. So when we know that, we tend to keep a much closer eye on them. And Mr. Gem phoned me and asked me if I would go out and help him because he was struggling. And she was trying to birth these twins, and it just wasn't happening for her. And we were there for ages. And when we pulled the first one out, I took it away and started working on it because it wasn't breathing, its heart wasn't beating. And I managed to get it going, and the wee thing started breathing, so I was so happy. So we then, you know, in the meantime, Mr. Gem's working on getting the second one out, and it was a big calf, and the poor cow was trying her best, and just we weren't getting anywhere, and we were there for ages. And Mr. Gem kept saying to me, he says, this calf's going to be dead by the time we get it out. And we were just trying to do it as quickly as possible without hurting her. And I mean, we were like drenched in sweat and like cow bodily fluids, and we pulled that calf out and it was dead. And I turned round and the little one that I'd got going had stopped breathing as well. I just sat on the floor and started to cry, and Mr. Gem started to cry as well. And it was just, like, it's awful. It's absolutely awful. But you know, that's just the way of it sometimes. I find as well though, a lot of the time, if something's born, you kind of get to know whether it's going to survive or not. And like some of them you look at and you just know, and you think, oh, you're not meant for this world, you know, you weren't meant to be here kind of thing. Doesn't make it any easier. But I say it's just part and parcel of what you do. With life comes death, unfortunately. But when you go out to the shed and you see all the little cheeky ones running about, and there's like 50 of them and they're all bouncing about and they're getting big and fat and greedy, like, it makes you really happy. So I'm wondering what I'm building here. I'm not really sure what's going on. Because I've got like these two pillars to go in here. Olive green. I like a bit of olive green. The red one. We don't see if the little moo isn't breathing. Oh no, there's none of that here. Like you learn if you're going to eat something that's made of animal, you have to know that they die, and sometimes they don't die because we kill them for food. Sometimes they just die. There's ways and ways of going about that though. And we try, because we have quite a lot of people that come and bring their kids to see the cows, so we try and have very age appropriate conversations about these kind of things. So, like the little tiny kids, it's like the calf's just sleeping. Does that look right? Yeah, I thought I'd done that the wrong way. I thought I'd flipped that round again there. I think some people are quite horrified. Like if you watch a cow giving birth, it's not the most gentle of processes. I mean, it's perfectly natural, but it's I suppose it's a bit like giraffes as well. Like it's quite a height for the calf to drop out if the cow's standing up. And people are like, "Oh, is the calf going to be all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's going to be fine. Don't worry. Like it's designed to do that. They're okay. They're pretty bouncy." And everyone's like, "Oh my god, that's brutal." They're quite funny. Not for the faint-hearted, definitely. Also, no good. See if you're squeamish, forget it. Oh, we've got these to put on. What is this for? Are we just like closing off the corner with this? Is that the idea? I'm not really sure what's going on here, but I need to clip these in. Like, is that right? Oh. Oh, that was a really satisfying clip. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, there's supposed to be 3 on here. Ah, that one sits down. Okay. Oh, I see what I've done. I see. There should be an extra brick in here. And then that one goes on top of there. So now I should be able to get 1, 2, and then the third one's just hanging on the brown. And then that's going on. Yeah, I think this is just closing off this angled corner. I'll show you in a wee second. Oh, that was a pheasant in the garden now that I can hear. So it's a busy place this evening. Right, if I just show you this here now, I think that's just to really, like bring that corner together. I think that's the sole purpose of that. I'm not entirely sure. We'll find out in due course, I would assume. The small bonus child. Oh. Okay, we've got some more bricks here as well. Oh my. So we're over halfway now. We're at step 118 and there was 210. So that's not bad. I think I'll probably stop fairly soon. I'll just finish off this bag. There's only a few pieces here and then we can call it a day there. Would you have a preference for another Friday night then, if we're going to do this again? Would that be acceptable? Because I could certainly organise another Friday night, I think. I haven't done the live stream scheduling for May yet either, so now's the time to figure out what we would do. or when we would do, more specifically. Well, then on Friday night, I think the timing's fairly good as well. Right, I've popped that on there. Oh, what's going on now? See, I nearly missed a page there. So we've got this piece. That way. To like follow the picture, Jem. I'm starting to get tired now, I can feel it. Like, oh, concentrate. Anytime, any day. Off at the moment and enjoy the company. Whee! Well, obviously, it's not good that you're off because of the reason that you're off, but at least you can enjoy some cave stuff. So we're live streaming on Wednesday. We're Whip Wednesday as normal next week. So I don't think we would do next Friday. Maybe the Friday after that. Again, I just need to see what the Cavan check-in schedule's looking like, but that should be okay. One thinks. Right. Okay, so that's made that nice and solid. Wow, see that little fancy chair? That is really wedged in there. Like, oh, this is a very compact French cafe, I have to say. Right, let's move on to this part now. So we've got a little, we've got a little hinge here. Put that on there. That's going on there. Another one of these nice rounded pieces. I love these. Ooh, so smooth. Red half moon. Oh, get on there. Oh, and that's, oh, okay. So that's going on, oh, I see where they're going with this, right, okay. So that needs to be in there. Okay, there we go. So what that's done now is giving us this nice rounded pillar on this corner here. So when we look at it from the front, like that's really nice and smooth round there. So that's coming along quite nicely so far. I love these doors. I'm really into these doors. That's definitely a thing for me. We've still got a long way to go because I'm looking at the box here, which I'll just show you again. Pop this over to the side a wee bit. This top section is quite intricate. You know, there's quite a lot going on there. So we've got like this glass, like canopy almost, and then we've got all these sort of fancy bits round here, and we've got this like sort of block arch to do as well. So there's still quite a lot to do in it. But that's pretty good, and that takes us up to bag 5. So we'll start on bag 5 next time, if that suits you all. A very petite French person. Most of the French people are very petite. Laura, are you Scottish? Full moon total eclipse. I knew someone would say that. Okay. Well, that was fun. I enjoyed myself. It's been ages since I've built any Lego. Yeah, we'll try and sort something out. I do try and, like, over the month, I do try and have a few different streams at different times, just so that, you know, a variety of people that have schedules can join in, and also our friends over the pond, so that, like, the Wednesday streams are no use for our Canadian and our US friends on the whole. However, if I do some in the evening, or if I do an early bird stream, you know, very early in the morning, then we usually get our Aussie counterparts in, which is lovely. Yeah, Laura is Scottish. The reason I know that Laura's Scottish is because she used the word out with, and apparently that is a Scottish thing. It's an official word that you would see in documents and things, but apparently it's only Scottish people that use it, and out with is all one word, and it's because she typed that in the chat. See, I pay attention to really, really stupid things that don't matter, but there you go. Anyway, I hope you guys have all enjoyed yourselves. I have very much. I'm going to go and pin my hair up. It's driving me absolutely bonkers. And I'm possibly going to go and put some pyjamas on and eat some pizza because it's Friday night, so why not? Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it, guys. And I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your evening as well. I know some of you have got more of it left than others. So can we have some pink underhands for Thea and our assistants? And just give yourselves all pink underhands because you're all fabulous and I've really enjoyed your company. It's quite a pleasant way to spend a Friday evening. I'm sure you'll agree. Yay! Pink underhands. Got a sticker for that, you know. Alright guys, take it easy, enjoy your weekend. I will see you back in the cave. There will be a video at some point between now and the Wednesday stream, so if you don't or can't make the Wednesday stream, at least you'll have a video to watch. And I shall see you all later.